For some time now, blogs across the internet have been printing these stories about women being harassed online. It's become common knowledge that if a woman were so much as to log onto a game of Call of Duty, that she'd be hit with a barrage of toxicity from misogynists, screaming at her to make me a sandwich. Women can't even give their opinion as a woman on the sexist nature of a comic book without getting thousands of hate comments in reply. As many of these articles as there are, so many that it's almost as if there's an ulterior motive behind them. None of them have actually proposed a solution to the problem which they're spotlighting. But after pondering this dilemma for some time, I have finally found a way to solve the issue of misogynist harassment on the internet. It's actually pretty simple. All we have to do is ban women from being on the internet at all. Now, this whole time, one of the major roadblocks in solving the problem of harassing @mentions is a little thing called freedom of speech. While you may not agree with the statement, Hillary Clinton is a retard, one of the core principles of free speech is that everyone has the right to make such a statement, and therein lies the problem. There are two options here. Either you do not tag Hillary Clinton in with that tweet, an act known as subtweeting, which is the height of rudeness, or you do tag her in and include your message in with the millions of others that are clogging up her notifications with horrible harassment. But if Hillary Clinton was not a Twitter user, then this would no longer be an issue. You could say whatever you wanted about her and she wouldn't have to see it. This easily solves the freedom of speech issue, since it's impossible to direct online harassment towards those who are not online. This does present a new problem, however, as there's no way in which to enforce this rule. It's not like a computer you log in on has any way of checking what genitals you have, unless you willingly disclose that information. It would be incredibly difficult to physically stop such a large group of people from using the internet. So instead, what I propose is that we just ban women from revealing their gender online. Of course, we'd have to do the same for men too. Otherwise, some might assume that anyone who doesn't proudly display their status as being part of the male gender must really be a girl, and then they'd start harassing them. And because of gender-specific naming conventions, we'd also have to ban internet users from using their real name. And thanks to inherent physical differences between men and women, we'd also have to ban people from posting pictures of themselves as well.
But QQ, isn't banning users from showing their real name online a violation of free speech?
While you would be correct in thinking that, this isn't necessarily the case. See, you can't just go into a crowded movie theater and start shouting, "Fire!" when the building isn't actually on fire. That would be against the law. So what I propose is that we also make statements such as a woman, and "I'm a girl, by the way," against the law. I mean, just like how shouting fire in a crowded theater is dangerous due to the inevitable reaction, revealing your gender online has a similar inevitable reaction, what with men being the rapey bastards that they are. Then it wouldn't really be a free speech violation anymore, as using your speech to break the law isn't covered by freedom of speech at all. Granted, this does leave one minor problem hanging, though I'm sure it won't be too much trouble. See, it's a well-known fact that the main reason why the internet was created was for the purpose of distributing pornography. Even before it was viable to send pictures over the internet, those programmers were dreaming about the idea of everyone being able to see girls pleasuring each other with just a few quick keyboard presses. But if users aren't allowed to post pictures of themselves, then one of the main supplies of porn on the internet will be cut off. And let's face it, too many people just can't get it up to drawings of fuzzy animals orally ingesting live prey. That's just the simple truth of the matter. So we'll just have to add an exception to that rule about not posting photographs of yourself, so long as the picture is for the purposes of arousal at least. You won't be able to identify yourself as one of the participants of the photo, but the implication that you are will still be there. But I'm sure that no one will abuse this exception to get around the law that there are no girls on the internet.